So at the Marriage Foundation, we're educational. That doesn't mean we don't save marriages. I mean, that's our function. But part of saving marriages is to teach people how to be married. So what I do is weave in what you should do, how you should see things, and what it's based upon. That may have been confusing. I'm Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. Been doing this since 2001. Before this, I was a divorce mediator. So I was involved for a very long time in the marriage world. I like this part much better. I like saving marriages. And we have a couple of books, and we have an online course for men and an online course for women, very, very effective. So the topic here is, how do I love my husband when all he wants me for is sex and stuff? So it's kind of interesting. There was an experiment that a college professor did where he said to the class, okay, for the next 10 minutes, there's nothing, I don't want you to look around. I just want you to think about things. And after 10 minutes, I'm going to ask you what you thought about. So he was making a point, the difference between genders. It's a point that's not taken seriously enough. And especially when we're married, there's this modern sense of equality, which is incredibly stupid, because equality is not a word that we can, it's like comparing chickens and ducks. Yeah, they're both fowl, but they're chickens and ducks. So afterwards, all the guys, all the young men were asked the question, okay, what did you think about? And this may not surprise you, but basically they thought about sex and sports. And that's it, sex and sports. And then what did the girls think about? Again, no surprise, if you're a lady, then you already know the answer. What they did was they spent the time reviewing conversations that took place for them, that they had. And if this doesn't define all alone one of the great differences between boys and girls, men and women, I don't know what would. We are different. And so when you have this sense that all your husband is doing is using you for sex and stuff, it's not really true. And here's what's the magic that's hidden beneath the obvious. The magic is that none of us, when we get married in this world, and when I say none of us, I'm not including myself or those who have read one of my books or taken one of the courses, nobody realizes how amazing marriage is when you go for its essence. And what is the essence of marriage? You might say, well, I fell in love, so I guess the essence is love. Really? Is it loving to see your husband through such judgmental eyes? And you might say, well, he sees me the same way. He only uses me for sex and stuff. He doesn't really want to sit down and talk to me. He doesn't want to listen to me. He doesn't care about what I think. And here's the magic. The magic is that instead of connecting with your husband on this mundane level of stuff and sex or your emotions, you have the ability in marriage exclusively to connect on that higher level of soul connection. Soul connection. What does that mean? It means basically, first you have to go, well, what do you mean soul? Well, you are a soul. You know, I remember many times growing up and even later in life, people would ask the question at a party or something, do you believe you have a soul? Wrong question. The actual question is, do you recognize that you are a soul and what you have is a mind and a body? And the mind we can call the ego. And the ego is part soul and part our instinctive tendencies and experiences that come into play. But when you're married, you can have this soul connection that is pure love. And that's what soul is. It's pure love. It's a chip off the old block. It's a part of God. God created mankind in his image. His image means what he is, his essence, which is love. And what comes with love is joy. So how do we do that? What am I talking about? Well, number one is we need to learn how to cultivate the love so it is in the forefront of your relationship with your spouse. And then when you do that, the trivial stuff of his desires for you sexually, which, by the way, is not a bad thing. You have no idea how many emails we get from people because we have this free service of Ask a Counselor. Go to our website and you'll be able to utilize that. It's free. You wouldn't believe how many women write to us and say, my husband doesn't want to have anything to do with me sexually. Well, it's the same problem as all he wants is sex. It means that the person isn't living their marriage on the highest plane of love. And you have that ability. And how do you do that? You check the mind. When the mind is complaining, you stop it. And instead, you go back into your heart where you originally found that love for your husband, and you let it expand and fill your consciousness. And I'm not being new age here. It's a real thing. What we are not taught, and what is important to know, is that the mind, if we don't learn to control it, it has a mind of its own. And the mind of its own is defensive, self-protective, selfish, and really, we like using the term unfair or fair. It's very unfair if you think about it. The mind is all about what's in it for me. Love is how can I be of service to my husband? So those of you who learned this, and trust me, it's very difficult if you don't have practical guidance, and that's what I offer. At a minimum, get one of my books. At a minimum. And don't go, oh, you're just trying to sell a book. No, I'm trying to help your marriage. Learn about marriage. Learn about marriage. Most of us got married without having any idea. We learned about marriage by watching TV sitcoms or movies. We don't know nothing about marriage. And now I've put marriage into a scientific format. So you can learn, no more excuses and no more complaining about your husband because he loves you, you love him, and that's where you got to bring your marriage, to that place. And don't go, yeah, I want to, but he doesn't. No. When you start learning about marriage, you'll realize that that isn't going to get you anywhere. Again, I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I couldn't be happier than that fact that you found us. But take advantage of it. And also like the video. And we have over 100,000 subscribers. If you want to join the family, please do so. God bless you and take care.